You know, I like people who cover Dylan. And then there's people who cover Dylan. I love Bob Dylan. He's absolutely one of those greatest of our time. Anyone can just relate to anything, any songs that he had ever done. But has there ever been an artist that really does Bob Dylan songs? And I mean that dude Bob Dylan. Doing it in a way, in a style, maybe perhaps. Well, maybe not in that way, but you know. I went online just a couple of weeks ago, and they had the full album on YouTube. You can look it up. They have it on there, and Spotify. And I think I listened to the whole thing on Spotify. So you're probably thinking, you like this guy? You know, people know this guy for, you know, the holiday special, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You know, you really like this guy? Oh, you know, he's way too old-fashioned. Burl Ives. You like Burl Ives? What kind of planet are you? What kind of planet did you come from? Huh, really? I bet people are probably gonna comment on this video now, probably, and tell me you like Burl Ives doing Bob Dylan. So you're telling me that you don't like the Byrds, Jimi Hendrix. I like those artists doing Bob Dylan, but I like someone that does Bob Dylan in a genuine way. Like he has like almost like a welcoming kind, if you will. And I found this on Amazon. This is the album called The Times They Are Changing. This came out in the very late 60s. And in fact, this CD is kind of rare to actually find. I was able to find this sealed, actually, in fact, on Amazon. Can you believe that? So Burl Ives, The Times They Are Changing. This is not the album cover. This is more like an alternate, I guess, kind of re-release, I guess. I think this is the only, they had, you know, it originally was released on vinyl, on Columbia Records. And by the way, the album was produced by Bob Johnston. So when you have him in the picture, because, you know, he pretty much produced all of Dylan's albums in the 60s, right? Or at least some in the early years. And of course, Tom Wilson came along. But Bob Johnston was still in the picture. So when you have him in there producing, it's so good. He covers a couple of other songs, you know, like, let's see, Jimmy Webb. He covers By the Time I Get to Phoenix. Beautiful. I'm just gonna go through a couple of these tracks. But this is a nice release from Madison Music or whatever. And this was released in 2000. So, I'm just going to read a little bit of there's a thing here, you know, about a history of Burl Ives, if anyone doesn't really know about his life or whatever. Okay. Born in Hunt City, Illinois in 1909, Burl Ives started out his long and successful career as a folk singer, learning his trade from his pipe-smoking grandmother and performing in his grandfather's church by the age of 4. His gentle voice and knack for storytelling made him one of the most successful performers in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, right up until his death when he died in 1995. A multi-talented man, indeed, has he found success on the Broadway stage. Says here that he appeared in 40 films and won an Academy Award in 1958 for his movie The Big Country. He had also had several hits, if anyone remember or recalls. A Little Bitty Tear and Funny Way of Laughing. Both came out in 1962, were both in the top 10. And of course, was very well known for being in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you know, being the narrator, or the snowman, you know. But yeah, this is a nice little release, you know. And I mean, this CD is long out of print, so I was kind of lucky to actually find this sealed on Amazon. So that's great. So let's just go through a couple of the tracks. Let's go through the Dylan tracks first. The first track on this album is called "I'll Be Your Baby Tonight." Now you know that's from John Wesley Harding, right? And this was actually released as a single. Didn't quite do well. I think it was in the top 30. It was released in July of '68, which in fact this album came out that year. I really love his cover. I mean, I might probably be I might probably post that song on my channel, because I just think it's a really good. I think it's a really good rendition of that song. You know, I was like reading, in fact, some of the reviews on this album. People are saying he seems to not be, he's unpassionate, you know, he's half-assing, you know, kind of word-spoken. I'm gonna find you people. Those people that did reviewing on that album, I'm gonna hunt you down. Because I think this cover is really, really great. I really love his, ooh, like he kind of like does that little, like he kind of delays. But I love it though, and he's just so like he really gets into it. You know what I mean? Really, really great cover. I really like that. He also does a cover of "Don't Think Twice, It's Alright." This was from, of course, the Freewheelin'. I like this one. He's got a sincere sort of, and I feel like he's like that whenever you hear Burl Ives. He's got almost of a welcoming, a very sincere delivery, and I really like his cover of this. It's very, you know, feel like, you know, he's kind of speaking to you, kind of, if you will, and it's very good. Nice rendition of that song, and I do love, which is the next track. Actually, it's the before you get to side 2. Well, obviously CDs, you can't flip the albums, right? And it's "One Too Many Mornings." I love this cover of that song. Like, I know Bob Dylan does it. I know that Bob Dylan does it justice because he wrote it, he performed it. I love this cover of this song. I don't think anyone else could ever top this but Burl Ives. It's really great. Of course, we all know it's from "The Times They Are Changing," and it's so good. I just love it. It's absolutely so, like, the attention is just right on him. You know, just headphones. You gotta have headphones when you listen to this, because you gotta like really pay attention to like the I don't know if there's any orchestration there. I mean, I think there is, but there's like some strings arrangements and stuff. It's so good. And then the last one he covers on here is "The Times They Are Changing," of course, which is the title of the album. It's so good. I really love this. It's very different. And it's almost like he's like, kind of almost, it's almost like a storyteller. Like he's almost like reading this song to you. And it's just so like, so genuine, like I've already mentioned. It's so good. You know what I mean? It's just really great. I do love his other, of course, he covers a couple of other popular songs at the time, including By the Time I Get to Phoenix. I feel like anyone who covers that song, including Glenn Campbell, right, of course, does it perfectious, you know, or, you know, Tony Bennett or whatever, you know. Gentle on My Mind. Great cover of that. I do also love If I Were a Carpenter. I love that cover too. Homeward Bound. This is a great, I don't, see folks, I don't know if you'll be able to even, you know, maybe eBay or something. But, you know, they have the vinyl, you know, you can just find it on eBay. Just, you know, if you have a, you know, well, it depends if you have a record player, but, you know. But either way, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can go on YouTube, Spotify, and you can still listen to this because it's so good. I think Burl Ives really, I feel like he's like better than everybody else that can cover Dylan. And what can I say? I like this album. So let me know, folks, in the comments below, if you had recalled this album or maybe you've heard it before. You know, let me know. Hey, folks, I can't really say as much, but you know what? This is actually a pretty good album. So, till then, folks, take care. Bye bye.